Jack, please.
Thanks so very much. It's an honor for me to be with you and to do anything affiliated with Ed Shils and what he did for the entrepreneurial spirit and bringing together an incredible group of individuals on the board. And it's always, everything's been positive. For those of you that don't know me very well, when I got out of dental school at NYU 50 years ago, I was in the Navy for a couple of years. And then I moved to Connecticut, where I was at the Southbury Training School as a dentist for special needs children and adults. All my patients, there were over 1,000 in residence there. We took care of those. I was one of 2 dentists for 2 years. Then I moved down to the island of Jamaica. After that, where I ran a dental clinic in a fishing village in Jamaica. I lived in a little thatch hut on the 6 Mile Negril Beach. It was pretty amazing. And they paid me a nominal salary, and the people didn't have to pay. And I was there for 2.5 years, and it was awesome. And at that point, then I decided I wanted to steer the boat, not row the boat. I had gotten into Harvard, got a scholarship to get my master's of public health, got that. Harvard hired me to teach public health at the dental school for 6 years. And at the same time, the World Bank hired me as a public health specialist to do a big project in Calcutta for 6 years. That was amazing, and got to work with Mother Teresa back in 1976, 78. Yeah, it was pretty wild, 78. Anyway, then I came out here, the state dental director, and worked my way up the department. And the governor asked me when the director left to be his director of the state health department, which was pretty wild, not being of the same political party, not being a donor. We had only met when he interviewed me. But he said, I do good public health, and he wanted me. And I became only the 2nd dentist in the history of the United States to run a state health department in his cabinet for 4 years. I had 2,400 employees and a $600 million budget. It was pretty crazy. And then went to California, was health director in parts of California, came back and started the first dental school in Arizona School of Dentistry and Oral Health at A.T. Still University, a really service-oriented dental school, which made it very unique, very entrepreneurial. And I was the dean for 15 years. And it was pretty amazing. We produced more American Indian dentists than all the dental schools in America combined, and every one is working on a reservation. And we focused on special needs kids and did some very innovative special work with an incredible faculty there. So that's me.
Well, that is really a very amazing background, and I think it certainly is something that is part of what Ed Shils was all about.
Absolutely.
You're a very big entrepreneur in many different ways, as you've mentioned, with your background. So maybe just to give us a few comments about how you first came into contact with Dr. Ed Shils, and anything that he did that may have influenced you as you had moved ahead in your life.
Well, thank you. You know, I didn't have the privilege of meeting him in person, but I had a lot of colleagues that were associated with him. Steve Kess, Alan Finkelstein, you know, the other board members, a couple of, they asked me to be on the board, which was such a great honor. And then they recognized me for the things I did that were in the shadow of Ed, but similarly entrepreneurial in nature. So it was a great honor for me to serve on the board, get to meet more of his colleagues and friends like you, and learn more about that, and even have a greater appreciation for Ed Shils and the Entrepreneurial Fund.
Well, that's very, very good. Well, we were happy to present you with the Shils Meskin Award, which is one of the most distinguished awards that the Shils Fund provides. That was back, I believe, in 2018.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was given for your exceptional pursuit of innovation and education, public health leadership, health program development, and in addressing oral health issues. So, again, a lot of what you mentioned in your introduction really was epitomized in this award that was given to you. So we really appreciate that.
And it was a great honor. I mean, it caught me off guard, and it was a tearful moment. I remember being there, receiving the award, and with Stanley Bergman there, and you and Steve Cass and Finkelstein, and receiving that award was just meant the world to me, and it was very emotional for me to be even thought of in the shadow of Edward Shils. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Just thinking, Jack, about new graduates entering the profession, based on all of the experience that you've had, is there any particular information or advice that you would give to any new or recent graduate from dental school?
Yes, I would give two things. One, I would give advice to the dental school first. We require, this was Jack's doing, 700 hours of community service for any applicant to be considered coming to ASDO, our dental school. Most dental schools at the time was about 70 hours. I didn't care as much about your academic grades as your heart and your service and your commitment to integrity. That was huge. And just this past year, keeping with that tradition, we had 3,000 applicants for 78 spots. So it certainly has made a difference in terms of that. So I encourage two things of dental students, and I speak at commencements periodically. I say, number one is integrity. Your honesty has got to be important. I always say the most difficult glue to find is the one to repair a broken trust. And I think for students, they have to understand how important integrity is and service, that they in some way give back to their community. And being a dentist isn't about taking every Friday afternoon off for a golf tee time or not working in the evenings. Being a dentist is a servant, if you will, in the healthcare industry that has a unique opportunity to make a great difference in people's lives. And I encourage them to do it, to be innovative, in their practice. One of the things I tell them, just don't drill, fill, and bill. Think of things that can help the families that you treat in addition to the patients themselves. And you will get rewarded from your payers, your insurance companies, and your staff, and ultimately the patients that you serve.
Well, excellent advice. And again, I think you epitomize all of that in your background and things that you've done over your life and that you're doing now in your retirement, although I'm not sure it's really retirement.
I failed in retirement, Tony. I flunked it.
Well, in a good way. So
in a good way.
Congratulations. Yeah. And we look forward to seeing more of you, and hopefully you'll be joining us for the 20th anniversary celebration. But you're always in our minds, and we appreciate it so much. So thank you very much.
It's such an honor for me, with my speaking stuff. I tell you one quick thing. Just 2 days ago, I got a call from the vice president of Yavapai College. That's the college up here. We're in Yavapai County, and they asked me to be their commencement speaker. And I said, gee willikers, what an opportunity to still be relevant at this older age and have a little impact, hopefully, on this young emerging generation. So it's really an honor for me to be associated with you always, Tony, and the Shils Entrepreneurial Fund. Thank you so much for all the honors and the opportunity to be part of this wonderful team. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jack.
Wow,
what an interesting, fulfilling life.
Yeah. Crazy, huh?
Phenomenal.
Was this okay for what you needed for your interview, I hope?
It was perfect. I even wrote down the just don't drill, fill, and bill, and I think I want to put that quote right over your head.
Yeah, do it. Do it. And the other one I said it. I used to say it takes courage sometimes to do these things because they're a little different. Don't be afraid. Take a little risk. I always say too, for a turtle to go forward, he's got to stick his neck out.
Oh, see, you make them laugh too. That's why you're such a
I know, and humor. That's the third thing I say. Integrity, service, humor. And don't be afraid of laughing at ourselves and kidding ourselves. As Tony knows, we've got to, do those things. And at the same time, be respectful of the communities that we are in and the communities we collaborate with. So No, it's an honor for me to participate. Best wishes with this. I hope I get to see you in
Thank you.
October.
Jack, I have
And-
one question that I think would
Yes,
also help.
please.
Who inspires you today in oral health?
Oh, today, that's a great question. There are three that jump out at me. One is Steve Perlman. Steve Perlman, the pediatric dentist from BU, who was the guy who founded the health component of Special Olympics. And the health component of Special Olympics started with dentistry, not medicine. And he did that and got that going, got Tim Shriver to add that to Special Olympics. And he's a wonderful guy. We were in dental school together. We've been friends for 50 years. I have so regard for Steve Perlman. The second one is Chris Volchek. And I nominated Chris for an award there also at Shils, which he received. Chris is the founder of the Brighter Way dental clinic in Phoenix, which serves the largest population of homeless people in Arizona, and I've been on their board. So Chris Volchek, he lived on the street for up to 5 years, so he'd learn what it was about.
Wow.
And he's an extraordinary guy. So Chris Volchek is number 2, and number 3 is someone, Tony, you may remember, Irv Silverstein in San Diego. Irv worked with the UCSD student-run free clinic. And I was his first speaker there years ago. And then he has me come back every year to speak to the student. These are pre-dental students running a dental clinic. And
Wow.
it's amazing. And at UCSD, he's been honored. He even won the Guys Award for his work. Irv Silverstein, incredible guy. And he's been living with pancreatic cancer now for 58 months, outlived their predictions, still making a difference. So those are the 3 people right now that I hold in extraordinarily high regard, appreciate, and help any way I can.
I love that. That's wonderful.
Well,
There you
look,
go.
look forward to seeing that commencement address that you're going to give.
Yeah, I love it. Stay well, Tony. Always good to hear you, see you, and at the next meeting, give my regards to the board. Kess, I love. He'll tease me because he's from Brooklyn. He and Finkelstein are from Brooklyn. I'm from Queens. And
I'm from Manhattan.
Tupac
there you
and
go.
Biggie.
I
Yeah.
needed a visa to go to Brooklyn when I was a kid, but I love them both. And so a couple of years ago, for Hanukkah, I got them a gift. I found these cufflinks made from the seats at Ebbets Field. And they were both Dodgers fans.
Dodgers, yeah.
So I gave them both these cufflinks. They're treasured possessions for the 2 of them.
That
if
is so
everybody
funny.
So Tony, if they ever put me down, say, hey, what about those cufflinks Dillenberg gave you?
That's awesome. That's
I love
great.
it. Okay,
So
thank you
thoughtful.
so much.
That's
All
right
right.
from the heart. Thank
Take
you,
care.
Jack. You've been wonderful.
And don't hesitate to reach out if I can help in any way.
I
Tony,
really
great to
appreciate
see you.
it. Thank you
Lots
so
of love.
much,
All
Jack.
the very best. My pleasure.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you,
Bye.
Anthony. Thank you,
Bye.
guys.